Hello, tonight at 58 degrees. We are going to see some showers later on tonight. I'll have those full weather updates for you later on in the 6 o'clock report. WBC's World News Roundup. The investigation continues into the creators and motive behind a controversial anti-Islam film. The film, The Innocence of Muslims, is suspected as part of the reason behind an attack on the American consulate in Libya that killed 4 Americans, including a U.S. ambassador. And now another member of the film's production is coming forward, saying she had no idea of the violence it would incite or what the plot of the film was even about. CNN's Miguel Marquez reports.
Lily Dion had been in Hollywood a week when she answered an ad on Craigslist for an action-adventure film called Desert Warrior. She met this man, Sam Basile, seen here for the first time on U.S. television. She says he was in charge of everything. The shoot, a little weird, but never heard any talk of politics or religion. The actors thought they were making a low-budget, cheesy film with little plot.
We did wonder what it was about. They kept saying George, and we're like, this is the Middle East 2,008 years ago. Who's George? But, we don't really ask questions. So. George turned out to be a Muhammad character. He did.
The script handed out piecemeal, sometimes late at night, the day before a shoot. Lily had no lines, but was asked to come in after the shooting was done to dub her voice over that of another actress. Other actors, she says, went to the same sound studio, also after the shooting was done, to record the words that sparked a firestorm.
I brought the actors in post and had them say specific words, like Muhammad, for example. Then they took, it was isolated, it wasn't in context, okay? So they said, say Muhammad. They're like, say Muhammad, why?
She says Basile, we now know his real name is Nakula Basile Nakula, was engaging and cheerful on set. There was no indication of the film's real intent or story.
I was shaking when I found out. I had no idea. This is a movie that I thought was nobody was going to ever see.
You were shaking when you heard about the ambassador's death? Dion feels betrayed by a man who pretended to be a filmmaker and a friend. Sam Basile, Nakula Basile Nakula, a convicted fraudster and identity thief who put all his skills together to pull off the role of a lifetime. In this town, a common experience, but the making of this film, the deception, its dark motivation, would be Oscar-worthy if hateful were a category.
1 year ago today, a movement began in New York that would lead to weeks of huge protests around the nation and the world. But is Occupy Wall Street still relevant, and can it accomplish its goals? Andrew Spencer has the story.
On September 17, 2011, hundreds of protesters descended on America's financial center and kicked off a widespread social movement. The Occupy protests spread to dozens of cities across the U.S. and went global. The messages have ranged from protecting the environment to opposing education costs, the overriding theme, condemning income inequality and social injustice. Protesters returned to New York over the weekend. Police say they arrested about 40 people on Saturday. Charges include disorderly conduct, resisting arrest, and felony assault. Things were quieter Sunday. Also over the weekend, preparations were underway to mark today's big anniversary in a Brooklyn workspace. Justin Weddies is working to sustain the movement he helped start. He says the naysayers are wrong. The movement has not fizzled and died. A year later, people still have strong opinions about the diverse movement.
I think the message has got diluted.
I don't see any reason that it would have diminished in importance.
They just seem to be a ragtag bunch of people.
I'm Andrew Spencer reporting.
Chicago school children face another week off as the battle between the teachers union and the school system escalates. School officials have now gone to court to try and force teachers back into the classroom. Stacey Cohen reports.
Scores of Chicago teachers are back on the picket lines after what was billed late last week as a tentative deal fell apart. About 350,000 school children are facing a second week out of class. City officials are less understanding. School officials sought a court order to force an end to the strike. In response, the teachers union issued a statement blasting the school system's court action, saying it, quote, appears to be a vindictive act instigated by the mayor. This attempt to thwart our democratic process is consistent with Mayor Emanuel's bullying behavior toward public school educators. A judge declined to hear arguments in the case Monday. That could happen later this week. Chicago teachers are among the highest paid in the country, with a median salary just under $68,000 a year. The big issues here are a new evaluation system, plans to close some schools, and health care benefits. As the strike drags on, the city is opening 147 sites for parents who have run out of child care options. The teachers union is not planning to vote again until Tuesday afternoon. I'm Stacey Cohan reporting.
Sports and weather are next. Don't miss it. Keep it here on News Channel 25 WVTT.